It's quite often that when I'm browsing CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko for new coins and new values of coins, and I see something that's pumped massively in green. And, you know, I've been in this game long enough to know that I shouldn't buy it when it's green. But in my heart, this sadness appears where I know that if I'd just done something 3 or 4 months prior, I could have just made serious gains. But I didn't. I closed my phone. I let out a low, lonesome sigh, stare out the window, and I dream of what could have been. Well, if you've ever been in this situation, well, this is the day where you change the tide, okay? Wise token. This could be one of the biggest hits of 2021. And now it's time to figure out if it's right for you. Hello and welcome to Crypto Mischief, where I show you ways to keep your money out of the hands of those shitty governments. Today we're going to be looking at Wise token, which is not yet on Uniswap. It's still in its reservation phase. Anybody can get into this token. Today's video is going to be a little bit long, so you can find the timestamps in the description. If you already know about Wise token, then maybe just go forward to my thoughts on the advantages, the disadvantages of it. Also, there's a little bit of game strategy at the end on how to get the most from the first phase of Wise token. So let's start with a description of what Wise token is and what is its use case. In essence, Wisecoin is a staking coin. So the coin exists so that you will put it onto the wisetoken.net website. You will hold it in the website. The longer you hold it in the website, the more Wise token you will generate. Examples of a coin like this that I have been using before would be Hex or T2X or DSP. At the moment, the coin is still in its initial phase of reservation, which is kind of like an auction before the product has gone live. It is a 50-day reservation, and in those 50 days, you can put in Ethereum or any ERC20 coin into the website, which will then change it into Ethereum. You are buying the coin with the speculative thinking that the coin will be worth more than the Ethereum you put in when it is launched. It launches on the 31st of December. So this 50-day reservation phase is already ongoing. So if the essence of Wise token is a staking platform, that means that the longer you stake the coin on the website, the more Wise token they will give you in return for after your stake finishes. If you want to see an example of how this would work without having to pay high gas fees, you can pop over to the Tron network and check out T2X. If you guys have watched my channel before, you will know that I like to play around a lot in Tron, so I'm quite experienced there. I have a video released every Sunday or Monday called This Week in Tron. Check that out on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and wreck, destroy that like button. So the comparison here would be that the T2X token would be the Wise token, and it works exactly the same way. So here you would put in your token, how much you want to put into the website, and you'd stake for the amount of days you want to stake for. The longer you stake for, the more T2X you're going to be making. T2X will give you dividends in the form of TRX, Tron's native token. Wise token is on the Ethereum network, but it will not give you Ethereum. It will give you more Wise token as its dividends. So the longer you stake, the more dividends and the more shares you get, which means that you will make more profit. If you cancel your stake early on T2X, you get penalized. Will be the same on Wise token. That is essentially what Wise token is. So the longer you stake the token on Wise, the more shares you get. The more shares you get, the more dividends you get. Wise will also be working on referrals. If you use a referral link, any referral link, before you buy the Wise. So for example, in my description, there is a link. If you click on that link, then when you spend your Ethereum to reserve the Wise token, you will get 10% more. I did that. I used a link, and so the Ethereum I spent on the reservation, they gave me 10% more spending. if you think about it, right now the market is going up again. Ethereum has already hit $400. When I bought Wise, it was $320. I got 10% more, and also my Ethereum has gained in value. So this is great. It means also my 10% is gaining in value that I've spent in. So I would suggest definitely click a referral link. Before we talk about the reservation period, I guess we can talk about what people are most interested in about this platform, and that is the potential price of Wise token when it is launched on the 31st of December. I am not Nostradamus. I cannot predict the future. But I have been doing some research, and I'm going to list off some other predictions that YouTubers have been giving. So we have Crypto Bud on YouTube. He says he predicts that Wise will 10x the Ethereum that you put in. Crypto Rick says that the reservation period for Wise Foundation is by far the best pre-sale of 2020. What a great year 2020's been. Crypto Dojo says that he thinks the Wise token will 100x the Ethereum you put in for the pre-sale. And Crypto Talk has said that it is his top pick of the year for getting in there first. It is imagining that you are going to get into a project before anybody else has even heard about it. We all dream of finding these hidden gems. Wise token, I think, is a hidden gem. The actual price that Wise token will start with, though, will not be 100x of the Ethereum you put in. That is impossible. You put in Ethereum 50 days before, and then 50 days later is 100x. Like, this is not sustainable. Wise token have already said that this is not what's going to happen. It's not what they want to happen. They don't want to just pump and dump something. They want people to be treating this more like a bond, where you're going to be staking inside it for 6 months, staking inside it for 1 year, and getting huge benefits afterwards. From their white paper, the price is already going to be defined by how much money is being put into the reservation period. So let's have a look at the reservation period, and we will see what we're dealing with. So here we have, right now, the balance of the reservation period is 2,000 ETH. This will define the market cap of the project. So from their white paper, this says that if they can get to about 5,000 Ethereum for the reservation period, their market cap will be 2 million, which is very low. This is an easy way to 100x if the project is as successful as so many people believe it's going to be. If it gets to 12,000 ETH, the market cap will be around 4 million. If it gets to 25,000 ETH, the market cap will be 7.5 million. And if it gets to 50,000 Ethereum, the market cap would be 15 million market cap. So right now we're at 2,000, so I would predict that probably the traction is gaining on this project, so I expect a final balance between 6 to 10,000 ETH on this project, giving a market cap between 2 and 4 million. So this really is your chance to take a gamble on being the first into a project before it gets on the market. This doesn't happen every day. There are many projects where I've gotten into the project way later on down the line, and I just wished, I wish I'd just taken $100 and just thrown it into this project. I probably would have had $1,000 or $2,000 by now. Like, this could be one of these projects. You could even 100x your initial investment. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, this does sound quite interesting, how do I get such a reservation? Well, the reservation period is running until the 30th of December, where upon the 31st of December, they will be giving us our Wise tokens. So that is 68 days from now. To reserve Wise token, you cannot just reserve tokens. You have to choose which days you want to reserve the tokens on. So for example, we have here day 1, which ends on 11/11, the 11th of November, which is 19 days away. It has by far the most Ethereum in it. I also have put Ethereum into day 1. This is not saying that you should too. If you wait till the end of the video, I'll give you the game strategy that I now have for the reservation to make sure you get the most. There are 50 days. Most of them have 5 million Wise, but some of these days have a random amount of between 1 and 9.999 million Wise. These days are a lot more risky than the days where you are just going to get straight up a share of 5 million. So the benefit of getting into the reservation is to get your WISE token as soon as possible and for a better price than when it is put on the market. If it gets put on the market and then explodes up, then in the end you're going to be going onto Uniswap and buying the token for more than you could have gotten it at the moment right now. Also, the price of ETH is lower right now than it potentially could be by the end of December. So you will also be getting gains that way. So as an example, here we have day one. On the 11th of November, this day will close. No more Ethereum can be put into this day. So this one will already be closed and set. The amount of Ethereum and the amount of users, this will then be decided. How many WISE tokens will be given for this day, and continuing each day until the last day on the 31st of December. On the 31st, the staking opens. So then we will all be able to take our WISE token and open staking on the website. On the third day, the 3rd of January, if you have staked before the 3rd, WISE will increase everyone's shares by 10%. And remember, more shares means more dividends. Dividends paid in more WISE token. So that means it's beneficial that the first stake you make, the longer you stake, the more shares you're going to get. And if you're going to get 10% more shares from WISE. So probably on the first day, I'm going to take the WISE I have, and I'm just going to stake it for about 6 months, maybe 1 year, and just forget about it. Set it and forget about it. Okay, so that is WISE. I hope I've explained it to you simply enough. It is a little bit hard to get your head around. That's why I suggest that you get onto Tron and just try out T2X, because it's cheap. Put in 100 to 200 Tron into T2X and run it for 7 days or 10 days, and then you will understand exactly how the process works on WISE. It'll be almost exactly the same, but in WISE, they only pay you out in WISE token. And of course, on WISE, they are trying to make people stake for as long as possible. They don't want to just pump the price up and then dump it. They want to be sustainable. Let's move into the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives of WISE token. Let's start with the pros of WISE token. The first pro is going to be definitely the ease of use of this platform. It's a great platform. Even the reservation process, which is kind of complicated and there's a lot of game strategy going on, the actual act of reserving the token couldn't be easier. You just link up your MetaMask here, and then you go to the reserve page of WISE and you click on a day to reserve, and then you choose how much ETH you want to put in and you just confirm the reservation. Simple as that. You can even reserve every single day at the same time to save on gas fees, and just spread your Ethereum over every single day. Even if it's as little as a third or a half of an Ethereum, you can do it this way. Super easy. On the 31st of December, when this is live, the process to stake the WISE will also be very easy. You're just going onto the website, clicking how many days you want to stake for, how much WISE you want to stake it in, and boom, small Ethereum gas fee, never forget. and boom, then you just wait for the amount of time that your stake is running until it closes. Then you collect your WISE, restake it again, or sell the profits on Uniswap. Another pro of WISE token is the fairness that the platform offers. Everyone is going to get the same price for WISE, only depending upon how much we put in. Yeah, is that fair? There's 5 million WISE. If you want more, put in more Ethereum. That's the only way to get a higher price. They do not do airdrops. So, you see a token sometimes it starts to fail. So the team will airdrop in token to the users to try and force them to stay in the platform to raise the price later. Like, this is just, it's not beneficial really, because people are just going to take the airdrop and probably sell most of the token they got. What did you do with your Uniswap? Did you sell it? I think most people sold it. I sold almost all of my Uniswap airdrop. I still have 100 though. The team behind WISE token are not going to take any money after the reservation phase. Let me explain. They have said it's in the smart contract, it's in the white paper, that the team will take a one-time payment of 2,000 Ethereum or if they do not reach 2,000 Ethereum, they will take 10% off the reservation. So already the reservation has reached 2,000 Ethereum. We have another 68 days until the reservation is over. The keys to change this are burned on the 31st of December. So after that day, the team will take their money, the keys will be burned, and this can never be changed. Which is fantastic. It's fair, you know? It's no one's going to be pulling any, this cannot be rug pulled. Yeah, why pull the rug on a project that you're not going to be able to make any money from, apart from only being able to do it the exact same way as everybody else? So this really is a platform for everyone. The platform was already audited before they even opened the reservation. They had already audited the platform. You can find the audit here on their website. Have a look through yourself as you want. I will not read the audit right now. Another great benefit of Wise is the referral link that they give every user. If you click on a link before you make a reservation with your ETH, then you will get 10% more Wise token for your ETH. That is fantastic. So click user referral link to get 10% more. My link is in the description of this video. Another pro of Wise token is that it's pretty gamer friendly. You like playing games? Down to play the game. I mean that in the way of the reservation period that we're in right now. This 50-day period. It's pretty gamer friendly. You think about it, right? I went in on this on the first day. You don't have to do that. I thought the earlier I get into this in the reservation period, the more Wise I'd get. But no, because the system's fair. It doesn't matter. You can invest all the Ethereum you want on the very last day, which would be the 11th of November when day 1 ends. But even if you miss that day, you could go in on day 2, day 3, day 4. So it's kind of beneficial for all kinds of game set. You know, you can start to make your game strategy. I went in heavy on the first day. On day 1, when this opened, I went in heavy on the first day. I put 0.6 ETH into day 1. But you can see here, day 1 has 210 ETH in it already, which is more than double any of the other days. So did I make the right choice? No, but I cannot take it out. Fairness, okay? I also have money in on the second day, which is the second one of the second highest days, and I put a little bit of money into one of the random days. So what's my game plan now? Okay, it could go two ways. The Wise starts to really kick off. Even in the last week, I have an older video on how to reserve the tokens from 2 weeks ago, and that now is starting to pick up viewership, which means that Wise is getting a lot more attention from investors, from just people who are getting kind of interested in this. So if everyone goes in on the first day, then probably the second day is not going to be one of the highest days. It's probably going to be pretty good. But I imagine that by the time it gets to about day 15, people are going to start thinking, oh God, I really need to get in on this. I'm running out of time. So possibly the last 2 weeks of the reservation are going to be the heaviest days, where most of the Ethereum is going to be going into these days. And actually the first half of the days, the first 15, 20 days are going to be higher paying. They're going to be paying out more Wise at the end. So I think that's what I'm going to be going for first. And if that fails, then I'll start to go in heavier on the last 15 days. I think the last day, day 50, will probably be one of the highest days just because of FOMO. So I'm going to stay out of that one. But maybe near the end here, these red ones, these random ones, or day 43, day 45, they might also be pretty low. How much money do people have to continue to put into this? That's also the question. For me, I would like to get about 5 Ethereum in this. So I'm thinking about which days I will be putting in next. The next day I will be putting into will probably be around about day 15, I think, is the day I'm going to go for next. But like I say, you could just split your Ethereum off the whole platform and just pay a one-time gas fee. This is also okay. So actually, you're trying to figure out human psychology for FOMO. You know, when do people really want to get into projects? At what point in the pre-sale of the token does everyone really start getting into it? Is it the week before? We all know that crypto pumps on speculation. It doesn't really pump on reality a lot of the time. And this is all pure speculation. You're speculating how much people are going to be putting into this project. So it's pretty fun. It's a nice kind of game strategy way to get the token. Another pro is that if you have any problems, down in this corner there is Peter from the Wise Foundation, and he is usually not a robot, and he will be able to help you with any of your concerns that you have about investing. They also have a Telegram group, which is really doesn't have a lot of FUD. There's not a lot of cross chat about useless stuff. It's all pretty informed, and that is a great improvement for Telegram because there's a lot of crap on Telegram. Another pro would be the perceived longevity of the project. They don't want to pump and dump it, so you can kind of be more rest assured that it's going to be a long-term project. So like I say, I want to go and I want to stake between 6 months and 1 year on my first stake, because I want to get those long-term benefits of this token. I don't want to just stake for 10 days and then get a little bit of gains, and stake for 10 days and get a couple gains. What's the point? We're trying to get our foot. By being someone who's interested in getting in on the reservation period, that means you also are interested in getting a pretty firm foothold inside of this coin. You want to build your position. The only way to build your position would be to reserve in the right days with your game strategy, or just spread it across all of the days. And once you get the tokens, make your stake before the 3rd of December, so you get the extra 10% shares. Stake for as long as possible, and really ride that extra 10% as share rate for as long as you possibly can. We're building for a year from now. We're not trying to get rich now, are we? There's other platforms for that. Lots of other platforms are trying to get rich quick. This is a way of building a position and having a sustainable investment. Another pro of Wise Token is that the team is going to cover the first $10 million of gas fees in the reservation period. So after the reservation period, you can expect to get some of your gas fee that you've paid back into your wallet, which is great. Nice. And the last pro I could think of is that if the price of Ethereum begins to moon, the past 2 days, the price of Bitcoin has reached all-year high. If it's going to follow the 2017 pattern of that bull market, which we currently are, we had Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes up, alts go up. Then everything went down again. And then in 2017, what happened after that? Bitcoin went up even more, Ethereum followed, alts followed. So it kind of, maybe the cards are going to fall in the right place. That because Ethereum is beginning, it's just hit 400 again, $400 per coin again. So if it hits, say it hits 1,000 by December, the Ethereum that you've put in is going to be worth so much more than when the token is actually released. And that value of the Ethereum is going to hold until the 31st of December. And on top of that, if we're at the end of the Ethereum bull cycle by the end of December, we're moving into the alt season again, which means Wise is an altcoin, which means it will start to moon. So all the cards might just be falling in the perfect position to make your investment now into Wise Token. Okay, moving into the cons of Wise Token and why it might not be the investment choice for you. The danger of Wise Token is sitting around this current balance, okay? If the reservation balance does not reach 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 Ethereum, the market cap of the project is going to be too small. It will mean the value of the Wise token will be less than you paid in Ethereum. So that is a risk. Like I said, if it's now at 2,000 Ethereum and we have another 60 days, you can expect from, if that is just the trend, it's not going to go up or down, then we're going to hit about 6,000 Ethereum, which would be 4,000. But I hope and I'm expecting that investment in this platform will start to build the closer it gets to the release date of the token. Fingers crossed, because I have already invested. Another con is the cancellation of the stake. Once the token is out, and you say you make a stake for 6 months, and it gets 3 months in, and you think, oh god, I need some money, man. Oh god, I need some money, man. And you cancel your stake, you will get penalized on your stake, and you will lose some WISE token. The amount of WISE token you lose canceling your stake will differ depending on how close you are to the point of your stake end on the amount of days that you said you were going to end your stake on. The WISE token that you're penalized is then divided in dividends across all the other stakes that are running on the WISE platform. So that, in a way, is a pro, because if someone else cancels a stake, then you're going to be benefiting from their cancellation. But personally, if you are going to cancel a stake, you will be penalized. Another con is that if the price of the WISE token drops drastically, the possibility is that the staking dividends, the staking profit you're making, will not be covering the drop of the coin. So by the end of your stake, if the project goes badly, you could lose more than you have been earning from the dividends. So then you think, oh, I'm going to cancel the stake because I need to sell this fast as possible, but then you cancel your stake, you're also going to have to pay a penalty on that. So that is a con if the price begins to drop drastically. Another con is, of course, the ETH gas prices. You need to always count this in. It's not Tron. It's going to cost you more. On Tron, transactions are cheap. You can just, do whatever you want. It's so cheap. The ETH gas price can go up to as much as sometimes $50 or $60 per transaction. Sometimes it's as low as $2. So when you're making your stake, if it's a busy time of year, you will have to account for possibly having to pay quite a big amount of gas. So then probably have to stake for longer, taking more risk, but also getting more reward. So in conclusion, you could be missing out on something fantastic that's going to make you thousands of dollars in a pretty simple platform in a really easy way, but could also be dodging a bullet if this platform completely fails. Personally, I'm going to go pretty heavy into this. I think that this is going to be one of the big hits of 2021, and I want to be in from the very beginning so that I can get the best gains out of the project. I also really enjoyed staking, so any platform that is going to be running on staking, and their whole ethos is to try and be as fair as possible to the investor, and I love this, this fairness, which I love. Staking, I love. Owls, I love owls. So all of these combined really make me excited. I'm super excited about this project, and I can't wait for it to begin and to get my first stake in there.